Here is a live look at a growing memorial for Cayce police officer Andrew Barr, killed in the line of duty this morning. As you can see, that is his vehicle, and community members have come by to lay flowers there. Thanks for joining us for News 19 at 6. I'm Darcy Strickland. I'm in for Kaylin Hagwood. We begin with the latest on the death of Cayce police officer Andrew Barr, shot and killed this morning while responding to a domestic disturbance call. Just before 3 o'clock this morning, officers arrived at a home on Rossmore Drive. After 7 hours of negotiations, a person inside that home, according to police, fired shots hitting and killing Officer Barr. In a press conference earlier today, Cayce Police Chief Chris Cowan describes Barr's dedication to law enforcement.
He was dedicated. He was married to this profession. He didn't have children. He didn't have a wife. He was married to this profession. He was a firefighter, he was an EMT, and he was a police officer. He was committed to this profession. He was committed to this community. He cared about nothing else other than serving this community. And he was shot and killed this morning for no reason. There was no call for it. There was no reason for it. It was inexcusable. He graduated the Criminal Justice Academy in 2017. He came to Cayce in 2016. He's been a police officer again for approximately 6 years. He was a canine unit. He was promoted to canine in October of 2020, and he loved his dog, Molly, and he loved his job. He loved being a canine officer, and he was good at it.
We have team coverage of the shooting in Cayce from News 19's Nijah Hood, Eleanor Tabone, and Walker Lawson. We begin with Nijah Hood live from the Cayce Department of Public Safety with more on how the community is mourning Officer Barr's loss. Nijah.
Well, Darcy, I'm standing here outside of the Cayce Department of Public Safety, where if you look behind me, you'll see the flag is at half staff, and that is in Officer Barr's memory. Now, I've been here all afternoon. I've been seeing people come in and out, both from the community and local law enforcement, and they have been paying their respects by leaving flowers. Here to my left, you could see Officer Barr's vehicle filled with flowers and messages in support of the department from people in the community. Now, I will say, if anything, this afternoon has been a testament to how the community of Cayce has rallied together in this time of tragedy.
News 19's Eleanor Tabone continues our team coverage from the scene of the shooting with neighbors' reaction.
Authorities remain here at the scene as they continue to process the scene following this morning's shooting. We've seen the crime investigators arrive and we've seen the coroner. But earlier this afternoon, I spoke to some residents, one of them describing to me the scenes he saw when he stepped out of his house earlier this morning.
From local to SLED, SWAT team was out, all the K9 units were out. Drones were flying, very, very, very quiet.
Thank you. Earlier today, I spoke with Cassie Alia Ray of Serve and Connect about her relationship with Officer Barr. She met him after he was injured in a 2017 shooting in the line of duty.
Every law enforcement death rocks the law enforcement community, but this one hits especially close to home. Drew was a true hero. You think about an individual who was directly injured in the line of duty just a few years ago and bravely, willingly continued to serve every single day.
Police have identified the suspect that they say is responsible for shooting and killing Barr this morning. Cayce Police Chief Chris Cowan says 36-year-old Austin Henderson took his own life after a standoff with police that lasted several hours. The State Law Enforcement Division tracks crimes against law enforcement officers. The latest data is through 2020. In the decade leading up to that year, 12 police officers were killed in South Carolina. The FBI has data through the end of March of this year. So far in 2022, at least 14 law enforcement officers have been killed across the country. This is a developing story, and we'll be sure to update you as more details are made available not only on air but also online at WLTX.com. You can also find updates on this story on our free News 19 mobile app.